Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the show. And welcome to a Saturday stream. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, whatever time it is, whatever day it is. I hope that the weekend is treating you well, and thanks for joining me out here on a Saturday on the Twitch machine on the Bezos TV for some hot resistance activity operations here in modded XCOM 2. Again, glad to see you guys. Thanks for joining us. Always glad to see you guys out here in the big world on the interbutts. And again, thanks for coming out. Thanks for showing up. Glad to see you guys. Hope that everything's going well for you. And as always, if it's not, then I hope it'll be a little better now that you're here to hang out with us while we do some nerd shit. But yeah, so chat. I gotta start and listen. I gotta start off the stream by letting you guys know, and you may have already picked up on this a little bit. I am losing my goddamn mind over the stream performance issues, over the dropped frames with Streamlabs. I have spent so much time this week trying to narrow this down, trying to figure out whatever the hell is going on with this. As best I can come up with, it's gotta be a Twitch thing. Like, I have done everything I can, driver updates, Windows updates, Streamlab updates, updating everything, updating all the things. We did some test streams. I even did a test stream on YouTube this week, and I was getting 0 dropped frames when I was streaming on YouTube. So as best I can tell, whatever issue I'm having, it's a Twitch thing. So I apologize in advance if the stream performance is kind of butt cheeks today, again, as always. But I have done everything within my limited knowledge base to try to fix that problem. And there does not appear to be any fixing it, at least not on my end. Like, I even went so far as to call out like my internet service provider and like chewed them out, because I thought maybe they were throttling my stream. And I was like, look, I'm already paying you assholes a bunch of money every month just for internet. So, like, you know, I'm basically calling them out, hitting them with the accusations of throttling my speed and all that. Like, I even sat on the phone with one of their guys from the tech department, and we were doing speed tests and like router reboots and all. Like, we did all the stuff. And eventually he was like, yeah, I mean, it's gotta be Twitch. It's gotta be Twitch. That's the only explanation I can come up with. Again, I have done everything within my power, everything within my knowledge, and it's only a problem when I stream on Twitch. So, you know, if it continues, if the shitty performance continues, then, you know what? Maybe it's time to switch platforms. I don't know. I mean, it's something that I'm considering. I know most of you guys are subbed on Twitch and things like that. I don't want to switch platforms if I don't have to. Because I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, like, YouTube is not a better alternative to Twitch. It is, in fact, a significantly worse alternative. I don't know. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about that. That's some bullshit. Anyway, again, I hope that the stream performance is better. We will do what we can. But in the meantime, I gotta hit you guys with some knowledge. Because listen, I did a thing. I'm gonna tell you guys, and I hope you will be proud of me, because today was a first for me before the stream. For those of you that are on the Discord, you already know. Like, I was on the Discord pretty early this morning. So, like, just listen, bear with me. I ate breakfast today. Yeah. That's right, Chad. For the first time ever, well, at least for the first time since I have started streaming on my stream schedule, I have, in fact, eaten a full meal before the stream. I mean, to be fair, it was like, I mean, it's 12:30 now. This was like 5 hours ago that I ate breakfast. But like, I've said before, I only eat one meal a day, and it's not normally breakfast. I usually save my big meal of the day for either lunch or dinner, but just for you guys, because, you know, I can always feel myself running out of gas by the end of the stream because I'm getting hungry and all that. So, like, just for you guys, I figured I would give it a shot. I would eat a meal before the stream so that I'm not hungry. What did you have? What did I have? I had, let's see, what did I have? I had some toast, which I had to make the hard way because I still don't have a toaster. And I did some fried eggs and some hash browns. So, I didn't actually have a whole lot of food left in the pantry. I still need to go to the grocery store. Actually, I was gonna do that this morning, before the stream, but I just didn't feel like it. So, I'll probably go grocery shopping tomorrow, but yeah, so, I had some fried eggs and hash browns with some toast. It wasn't like a buffet or anything, but it was still good. It was still good. I enjoyed it. But anyway, either way, I wanted to share that with you guys so that you know. Plus, you know, I have the sign. Yeah, it's the third sign of the apocalypse, definitely. It's definitely one of the, I mean, I don't know if it's the third sign, but it's a sign of the apocalypse, definitely. But as always, I still have my junk food sitting next to the computer as well, so if I do feel a need for calories, I can feed the beast, so to speak. It wasn't beans on toast. No, I'm not from that part of the world. We don't do that here. We don't do that in America, and we sure as hell don't do that in Texas. No. Beans on, no. Speaking of MechWarrior, will streamer play MechWarrior 5 plans? So yeah, that's actually one of the things that I wanted to address before we get started on the stream, and I know you've kind of had the gameplay audio in the background there. But yes, so for those of you that don't know, MechWarrior 5 plans did in fact come out this week. By all accounts, it's a relatively competent sequel / standalone BLC / whatever the hell you want to call clans. I mean, I would call it a sequel no matter what the name is, because it other than being built on the same engine, it doesn't have a whole lot in common with the original game. And CVEC with 20 more gifted subs. Listen, I just told y'all, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do it. You don't have to have the fight. It's fine. You can listen. Here's what you do. If you guys absolutely have to, then what you should do is you can tie, and then you can both be number 1, right? Then that way, that leaves room for Erst to be second place. See? It all works. No, don't do that either. No more subs. No more subs. Stop with the sub fights. No more sub fights. But thank you, Koloski and CVEX, and of course everybody else that's gifted subs. I know we joke. I appreciate the support. I really do. I know I've said it before. I'll say it again. I do not deserve that kind of support, but I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. So thank you guys. Yeah. Thank you guys for that. God bless America.
2,000 years later.
But yeah, so to talk about clans, because again, MechWarrior 5 clans came out this week. From what I have seen and from the reviews I have seen, it sounds like it is competently made. There are some issues. There definitely seems to be some of the Unreal 5, I guess, stutter is what you would call it. But it's not. It's weird because I've only seen some people dealing with it. Like, it's not a universal problem. But there does appear to be some stutter. There do appear to be some technical issues, but that's to be expected with any Unreal 5 game. Unreal 5 is still relatively new, and still relatively untested, so I'm sure there's going to be some rough edges that they'll iron out over the next month or so with some patches and hot fixes and things like that, try to get to the bottom. It's Boomhauer's nickname, boss. God, yeah, listen, I stopped watching King of the Hill in, like, the early 2000s, and, like, all those seasons that came after, I never saw them, so yeah. But yeah, as to answer the question that was asked, will I play MechWarrior 5 clans? The answer is yes, I'm sure I will play it eventually. and I will probably even play it on stream. I just don't know when. And I don't know, like, for me right now, the game is a little bit rough for me. I generally don't buy games on launch because in the AAA sector, most games are not good on launch. Like, even good companies seem to release buggy, broken, half-finished games and then use the post-launch patch support to shore them up. So I don't generally buy games on launch. I mean, maybe I'll do that with indie games, but with AAA stuff, I don't buy stuff at launch. Probably I will give Clans maybe 6 months to see if they can iron out the performance issues, see if they can shore up some of the control issues, maybe improve the AI a little bit, because the AI is definitely better, but it's still lackluster. And then also, I'm kind of interested to see what they're gonna do as far as continued support, because MechWarrior 5 Mercs had a long tail of support. You know, they supported it with a lot of small patches and DLC and all that stuff. So, like, it not only had that level of support, but then the modders got into it and implemented a whole bunch of stuff, you know, quality of life features and things like that. So, like, for me, waiting 6 months or so will mean that the modders can do what they want to do. They can identify some of the bigger issues and resolve those. So Piranha can also identify the issues and resolve those. Just giving it some time to kind of to stew a little bit, I think will be the best move. But again, I have mostly enjoyed what I've seen. There are some rough bits, but that's to be expected. I wasn't expecting it to be a flawless launch. I would have actually been surprised if it was a flawless launch. But I will definitely be playing the game. I just can't say for sure when that's going to be. It'll be sometime, for sure. Don't worry. You will get to see me making bad tactical decisions in plans eventually. We'll just have to figure out exactly when that's going to happen. But anyway, with that out of the way, and with all of the sub-fight bullshit out of the way, hopefully, Chad, what do you say we get over to the game? You guys want to get over to the game? You want to get back to the Avenger? Maybe kill some Alamaus, finally? After almost half an hour of me just sitting here flapping my jaws? Let's head over to the game. And sorry, I had to restart the game, so you guys are actually going to see me here in the menus. We're going to disagree to all, because to hell with that. And then let's load up the save. Listen, Kolowski. That was not an invitation to gift more subs. But thank you, Kolowski, for 30 more gifted subs. I don't even know what you guys' totals are up to at this point. I mean, you guys are probably both over 100 subs at this point, so... Let's see, Ridgeview says, do you have a favorite clan? Well, Ridgeview, I don't know if that was a question for me or if it was just a general question for chat. So, if I had to pick a favorite clan, like, I don't really have a favorite clan. I've kind of said my piece on the clans before. But if I had to pick one, it would probably be either... It would be a toss-up between either Diamond Shark or Ghost Bear. Just depending on what kind of mood I'm in on any given day. So yeah, that and again, I'm not super fond of the clans. Like, I like the clans as an adversary. I don't like the clans as a protagonist faction for many different reasons. Civic says, I gotta concede you win this round. Well, there you go. Kolowski, enjoy your one sub victory. Enjoy it. But yeah, so those are my opinions. Also, folks with Snow Raven, not gonna lie. I mean, again, that's the thing about the clans, is there's so many of them. Like, I know there's the big four that get the attention during the invasion, and then, you know, some of the other smaller clans that came in the post-invasion period. But there's actually a lot of clans. And depending on your own brand of whatever goofball-ass space warrior culture you enjoy, there's a clan that will probably fit the bill for you. And it's one of those, like, Battletech is one of those settings that there's a faction for everybody. It just depends on what exactly you want out of your faction. Is there like 20 clans? I believe so, something like that. I mean, I don't know what it is in the current timeline, but like peak invasion era, yeah, I think it was 20 clans. But anyway, chat, here we are, back in the Avenger. This should look all familiar to you guys. Oh my god. Oh, that's, yeah. I saw some bright pink down here, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I get down here, and of course, it's Sierra. In his neon pink tiger stripe BDUs. Of course it's Sierra. But yeah, so last we left off, we had finished up some missions, taking care of some of the Avatar project. Sadly, we did run into the third Chosen last time around, so we're now dealing with all three Chosen. The assassin is very, very close, and what the hell? There we go. I don't know why, but for some reason, my avatar was not showing up down in the bottom corner of the screen. That's kind of weird. Chat, you're supposed to let me know when that stuff happens. But yeah, the assassin is very, very close to tracking down the Avenger. So sadly, we might actually have to do an Avenger defense mission, very soon, depending on how this goes. Hopefully, we'll be able to take out the assassin before that happens, but it's not looking great. So again, we got research and development being built. We're working on the Psi Lab. We're clearing out the last section of alien debris. We're currently doing a counterintelligence op. We're working on Illyrium tech so that we can get plasma weapons and power armor. So, we're working on it. We're making some progress. But right now, I think we head to the Geoscape. And let's get this party started, chat. Oh, alright, what do we got? After a recent success, members of the Resistance in New Arctic have brought us reports of activity that we may want to investigate. 8 days for a soldier? No, thank you. I don't want to spend 8 days for a single soldier. We were working on Resistance contact. We could also do alien alloys after. I like the idea up here, reduce contact cost at the amusement center. But we've got a lot of stuff coming up. I'd also like to make contact with some new regions because we need to make contact in India so that we can get to East Africa. There's a facility here. And then from East Africa, hopefully we'll be able to work on the Chosen over here eventually. And then of course we do need to start making inroads into the US. We got a facility over here as well. So there's a lot of different things that we could be doing. But I think for right now, let's head to this airstrip and finish up the Resistance contract. How long is the list of names? Well, if you mean the names on the memorial wall, currently there's only 2 names. If you mean the list of names for people to get into the game, we've already got over 20 people in the game currently, and I think, let me see. We got 6 people on the list still waiting to get in? Yeah. Yeah, there's 6 people currently on the list waiting to get in. So hopefully I answered your question regardless of which direction you were asking. I vote we invade Alaska, British Columbia, and Washington. I mean, we could definitely make the god damn it. We could definitely make the push into the US. The US, at least traditionally, has had higher payouts as well in terms of space shekels. Alright, there we go. +1 resistance contacts. I was kind of hoping we'd get more than that. But I'll take 1. 1 is better than 0. And then let's see. We can either go for the western US, try to make contact over there, or we could go to reduce contact cost. Either way, at 8 days, I don't think we're gonna get that done. But the problem is these things don't stay up forever. They will eventually disappear. Just so you know, you have a mod that gates the chosen missions behind story missions of the Forge and Cygate. Oh, is that what I have? Yeah, and I wouldn't doubt it. General quarters. I have added a lot of mods that are quality of life, and to be perfectly honest with you, I don't even remember what all I've added. But that would make sense. That would make sense. If that's the case, I mean, we're already working on the different objective stuff. We just need to actually finish it. But let's go ahead and make contact in the western US. Now that we've run into all 3 chosen, like, there's not really a downside to spreading out. Thankfully, we do still have the resistance order that lets us make contact instantly, so we don't have to spend any time doing this.
Commander, we've utilized all of our available communications capacity.
Yes, thank you,
Establish
Shen.
any new contacts until
So
we
we're now
upgrade our
getting an
systems.
additional 70
We're
supplies
picking
per
up
month,
indications of the Elder's
and that gives us
warlock
the
actively
inroads to the
working in
eastern
this
US.
region.
It also gives us inroads to Mexico so that we could start making our way down into South America. In the meantime, we burned through most of our intel, so we'll have to get some more before we can make contact with another region. Another thing we could attempt to do is potentially set up a relay in one of the territories that we already have. But in the meantime, I think the next thing to do is let's hit this amusement center and reduce contact costs. That'll be a nice thing to spend our time on while we wait for the next operation to pop up.
Avenger plotting new course.
Alright, let's... Okay, there we go. So there's the Skulljack. For those of you that don't know, the Skulljack is a story-critical research that we're going to have to use in order to progress the story. So this will help us with our objective of trying to progress the storyline. So this is the new Proving Ground project, skull mining. As if the Skulljack itself wasn't invasive enough, Tygan has conceived of a more thorough means of extracting information from the Advent soldiers' chips. This new skull mining technique could lead to new intel gains from our enemies, and could even grant access to hidden alien facilities for the purpose of sabotage. I can also upgrade the Skulljack to significantly enhance the hacking ability of any soldier carrying one. So this would be like the hacking computer, but also gives you the ability to just stab a dude in the head. And King Panzer rolling into the chat saying, "Hi, Maria. Good to see you, King Panzer. Hopefully you're having an outstanding Saturday so far, and if not, I hope it'll be a little better now that you're here. But thanks for coming to join us for some XCOM 2. Let me see. Black Market is blinking for some reason. I don't really know why. Let's head to engineering. Well, let's head to the Proving Ground first, because we need to choose a project. And Skulljack... Wait, what? We already did the Skulljack project? What? Does this just give us another one? We could also spend some of our supplies and the Illyrium core on the skull mining research. We don't need this research, but it could be good. In the meantime, did they actually give us a Skulljack is the question. My hope is that we got one at least. Okay, so we did get one. I think that's what the Proving Ground project is for, is to give us more. Which is weird, because I thought you used to be able to build them in the engineering lab. But maybe not? Maybe you don't build them here now, you build them in the Proving Ground instead? Yeah, that's kind of butt cheeks. But good to know. Good to know.
Tygan seems to have a habit of scratching that scar on the back of his head. I wonder if anyone made sure his chip was actually removed.
Now I want to rank Skulljack for that Turok 2 Cerebral Bore action. Now that was, listen, the Turok series had some great weapon ideas. Like, that was the late 90s, early 2000 era of shooters with, like, Perfect Dark and the Turok series and, like, Unreal Tournament and the Quake series where, like, developers were coming up with all kinds of, like, really weird ideas for guns. Like, they don't make games like that. They don't make game guns like that anymore. Nobody uses their imagination. It's all just like, what if an assault rifle, but instead of curving forward, the magazine curved backwards? Ooh. What if an AK, but it was a bullpup? Woo! And it's like, guys, come on. You can do better than that. Anyway. Let me see. Yeah, I think we just continue with what we were doing till the next app pops up.
Our soldiers took some hits during the most recent covert action, but word from the medical team is they'll all be fine.
Well, of course they'll be fine. Alright, there we go. So we got countered one of the plans, Retribution, which specifically was going to reduce income in regions with the Hunter, so good that we have knocked that out. Let's see, we can reduce progress, we can hunt the Chosen Warlock, get part 2 out of the way. Unfortunately, there is a risk of a soldier being captured, so we'd have to send everybody. I'll hold off on this one for now because I normally send the hero characters. But Mox is currently injured. And then we have Outrider is also currently injured. So we'll need to rethink our stuff here a little bit. So let's see, if we recover loot, it doesn't really, it just says alien loot. It doesn't say what kind of loot. Could do breakthrough research, but that's on workshop construction, which we don't really need. 92 supplies for 2 days isn't terrible. We could also, what's this breakthrough? Improved auto pistols, which, I mean, we don't really have anybody using auto pistols at the moment. Manufacture an upgrade, just some random superior weapon upgrade, only one. I mean, if I was gonna do that, I'd go for the supplies. Let's do this one. Because again, there's no risk of capture, there's only a risk of a wound. So we can send an engineer, but we don't have a spare engineer. But let's see who we can send on this. We can send our Templar, and then we need to send one other person. So, let's see. Crew card is our most senior person at the moment, so let's go ahead and send them out. Again, we don't really have an engineer to spare, so we're just gonna have to take the risk. But 92 more supplies will definitely be good. And then hopefully when that's over with, we'll have all 3 heroes out of the hospital, and then we can hunt the Chosen Warlock. Did we strip the people going on the mission? That is an outstanding fucking question, Track Tension. That is an outstanding fucking question. Let me confirm that. Let's see. Loadout. Alright, all that's good. Let's check the Templar. Yes. Okay, everything's good. Everything is good. Fucking good question. I almost done fucked up. Alright, let's try this again. Crew card. And the Templar. Make it happen.
Covert is our specialty. Let's just hope your people can keep up.
Alright, let's continue. We got 7 days until Illyrium is done. 7 days, chat. Until we unlock the real tech.
Commander. There were a few wounded during the latest covert
Oh, look at
action,
that.
but
And
after a
crew
few
card
days'
got the
rest,
promotion as
everyone will be
well.
ready to get back out there.
You love to fucking see it. Alright, is everybody out of the hospital now? Let's see. If we hunt the Chosen Warlock, is everybody... Okay, we got Outrider. We got Mox. Look at that. And we got... Okay, so we're gonna have to... Here's what we gotta do. We gotta put Templar here, and then we put Mox there. See, there you go. There you go. Locate the stronghold. Get it done, guys. Get it done.
We will begin the covert action immediately, Commander.
Alright, now, we got crew card in the barracks. Even though he's injured, he did get a promotion. So let's, I haven't seen crew card in the chat, so chat, I think it's gonna be on you guys. 7 days until party time? No, not quite, Reploid. When we finish the Illyrium research, then that will lead us into researching potentially plasma weapons and power armor, which would be really good. But in the meantime, let's see. We got crew card, who was already our highest ranked soldier, now getting another promotion, this time to tech sergeant. So let's see. They've currently been going down the heavy tree, entirely down the heavy tree. So let's see. The next heavy is incinerator. Your gauntlet flamethrower abilities have increased range and cover a wider area of effect, so just makes the flamethrower even better. I'm not averse to that. Then we got the drone skill, capacitor discharge. Send the gremlin to a location where it emits a substantial electric discharge, damaging and potentially stunning all nearby units. Robotic units take more damage. I mean, that could be good if we were doing the drone, but we're really not. And then we got close encounters. Gain a bonus action after taking a standard shot with your primary weapon at an enemy within 4 tiles. Can activate 1 time per turn. So as somebody who is already using a shotgun, that could potentially be good. If we shoot at somebody that's really close, then we basically just get a bonus action, which will allow us to either run away or shoot them again, assuming we have the ammo. Black Hydra says, have to go, see you in 45 minutes, don't let anyone die. Well, I can't promise anything, Black Hydra, but either way, we'll keep the light on for you. Yeah, Close Encounters is really good, Incinerator's pretty good too, so it's up to you guys, chat. 1, 2, or 3, what do you like? What do you think we should go with? Quick question about outfits. Can you do a hula skirt and coconut bra asking for a friend? Maybe. I've never looked for any mods on the workshop that would allow me to do that, but, potentially, yes. Let's see. Definitely seems to be, overwhelmingly in favor of close encounters, so let's do it. I keep this one around for close encounters, chat. Alright, outstanding. I don't think we had... Yeah, we didn't have anybody else that was needing a promotion. So, with that out of the way, it's time to head back to the Geoscape. And let's continue to reduce our contact cost. And just as I say that, here we go. Our first operation of the day, chat. Let's see what we got. Review targets. So, we've got East Asia, Operation Abyssal Savior. Again, love the operation names. Difficult, 182 supplies as a reward. This gets rid of counterattack, which makes Advent units have a chance to enter Overwatch after being revealed. Surgical, squad size on this mission is limited to 3 soldiers. That could be rough. Then we got the Western U.S. Operation Two-Headed Feast. I don't even know what the hell that means. Hack the hidden resistance computer. Very difficult. We get an engineer if we succeed on this one. Counters Dark Tower. XCOM soldiers will suffer greater losses to their will in combat. That's a pretty bad one if it triggers, but we can counter that. We can counter that. We also got sit reps, resistance contacts, undercover civilians present in this combat zone will be contacted to gain valuable rewards. I don't know if we have to actually walk up to them or what, but... And then we got New Arctic. Operation Withering Fog. Neutralize a commander for a scientist. Neutralizes barrier. Enemy tech and psionic defense are doubled. I don't like that, but we don't really need another scientist at the moment. But you know the drill, chat. You know the drill. I leave it up to you guys. Which one are we gonna go on? We got East Asia for extra supplies. We got a recover item from a train. We're countering the counter-attack and gaining supplies. We can do Western US, very difficult. We gain an engineer and we counter the will loss. Or we can do New Arctic. We gain a scientist, we gotta neutralize a commander, and it neutralizes the defense forces. Now keep in mind, in East Asia, we're limited to only 3 soldiers. So do keep that in mind. We're only gonna be able to take 3 people on number 1. But I'll leave it up to you guys. I'll leave it up to you. We got East Asia, Western US, and New Arctic. Chat's kind of divided here. Seems to be a toss-up between East Asia and Western US. And I see you, Cody. I see you. I don't... Now that I think about it, I don't actually have my pen here at my desk. I had to write some stuff down earlier. I will try to remember to do that. Again, I don't have my pen at the moment. Well, Megas, you're not wrong. I mean, we can always use more supplies. More supplies means more equipment. More equipment means better survival rates. But again, it's gonna be a tough mission. It's already on the difficult side, and we're limited to 3 squad members, so. But it seems chat is overwhelmingly in favor of doing East Asia. So, well, not overwhelmingly, but is in favor of it. So let's do it.
Setting course
We're gonna take the
Sector
challenging
14,
mission
East
and hope
Asia.
that our 3 soldiers will somehow be able to take care of this mission.
If we're going to keep this one quiet, Commander, we'll have to limit the squad size to 3 of our best units. Let's hope they can get the job done without additional support. Commander,
So,
we'll
let
need to
me-
have one of
I'm
our
gonna
troops
try to do
equip the
something here, chat.
Skulljack for use in the field if we're going to make any progress towards our current objective.
I'm gonna try something here. I'm gonna try to not use the unequipped barracks, because what it does is it screws up all of the extra equipment that people have when I do that. So I'm gonna try to do this manually. Alright. Now, let's clear out the squad here. And we got a couple of different options. We got a couple of different options about how to do this. We can send in some of the lower ranked people and hope that they make it. But, you know, with them being lower ranked, that just means that they're more likely to get got, which would be bad. Then on the flip side, if we send in our really experienced people and they end up getting overwhelmed, then we're losing some of our core members of the team. So there's definitely risk both ways. Personally, I'm of the opinion that we should use a mix. But we're gonna need to go in with a decent spread of classes, because we're gonna have to be very, very careful about how we do this. If we hyper specialize, we may end up screwing ourselves. Can I suggest the funny option of me and Ernst? I mean, we could potentially go with 2 mech troopers. The only problem with that is, I don't think, did we get enough mech corpses to build? Yeah, so the problem is we still don't have any mech rats. So you guys are still trotting around in the base game armor. And that's not good. That's not good. But we could still do it. We could still do it. Let's see. Where is EW? I know you're in here somewhere. There you go. We don't have a third mech trooper, so who do we send in? So we got EW with the heavy firepower. I gotta see. Can we, with weapons, if I wanted to build... Sadly, the only upgraded weapon that we can make for the mech troopers at the moment is the rail cannon, which I'm actually okay with. We got 400 supplies and we got plenty of alloys. Let's go ahead and build that, because if we can't build the defense, then we need to give you guys all the firepower that we can. So let's do this. Do this. Take the scope off of that. We will give you the upgraded rail cannon. And then we'll upgrade that rail cannon with some stuff. Let's see. I think increased aim is always going to be good. A free reload is also going to be good on this. So yeah, we'll increase aim and we'll give you a free reload. And then you've got the ordnance launcher, you've got the grenades. What else can we put in here? We could go with another rocket, or we could go with another grenade. Let's see, plasma rocket is 5 to 8, but we have to manually load it. You could just double up the rocket launcher. Go 2 rockets, 2 grenades. Yeah, Urst is also the hacking robot. Yeah, we have killed mechs, EW. The only problem is, just like in base game XCOM, when you blow something up, like when you kill something with an explosive, or the corpse gets caught in an explosion, then you don't get the corpse at the end of the mission. And since we've mostly been either blowing up the mechs, or they've been getting caught in explosions after we kill them, it's been reducing our ability to bring home mech wrecks. So there we go, that's EW, and yeah, we can, just for the sake of symmetry, there we go, we can split you guys up. Let's flip this around, put the spark back on you, and we give you the hacker laptop just to increase your hacking ability. And then the real question, again, the question of the hour is, what about loading a plasma missile in the first slot? So the missile is just ammo. It's not a launcher weapon. By giving you 2 rocket launchers, we can basically fire both rockets without having to reload them. The problem with the rocket launcher is if you take the spare ammo, you can still use it, but you have to waste a turn loading the ammo. Who do we send in? Who do we send with the mechs? Chat, what kind of class do you think we need to go with the mechs? I would love to send somebody that can do repairs, but we don't have anybody that can really do that. Let's see. EW is bonded with Van, and Urst is bonded with Ro. Ro is a medic with good mobility. He might be a good pick for this one. Yeah, lawful good. I'm kind of leaning the same direction. 15 mobility is really good. Like, a flamethrower is not necessarily a great pick, but his ability to move around and heal himself and other people, I think, can really work to our benefit. Let's go with it. Let's go with it. Alright, so, we need to give you the advanced flamethrower. We need to give you some predator armor. And then let's give you, I guess we give you the skulljack. You're the only person that can take one. We can't put one on the mechs. Unfortunately, that also means that you won't be able to medic anybody except with the medic spray, but... Well, we'll just have to make that work. We'll just have to make that work. Alright, chat, here we go. Let's hope this isn't an absolutely terrible decision. We're sending 2 mechs and a flamethrower guy on a low-profile sneaking mission. Makes perfect sense to me. Let's make it hot. I mean, like we always say, Erst, if there are no survivors, technically, total stealth. Trip friend, you and I both question the wisdom of this deployment. But in case you haven't noticed the untactical tag at the bottom of the stream title, good tactical decisions is not really a thing we do around here.
Word is Advent has been moving secure data vaults through this area on board their transport trains. And it looks like we have an opportunity to seize material critical to the aliens' latest operation. Once we've located the gear, we'll need to secure the area and remove any alien forces defending the train. This is our chance to slow them down.
Alright, here we go.
Material at all costs. Menace 1-5. We've got a bead on the Advent data vault near your position.
Okay, so that's the thing we need to get to.
Self-detonating charges are in place at the target. Move to disarm and extract the package before
And somehow our
We're
giant
going to keep
mechs
this one
start in
quiet,
concealment.
Commander. We'll have to limit the squad size to 3 of our best units. Let's hope they can get the job done without additional support.
So, funny story. Erst is both the tankiest and the hackiest of our mech troopers, somehow. Alright, Ro is our high mobility character, so let's send them down first to do a little bit of scouting.
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
See if we can get eyes on an enemy.
This
We
thing
did,
looks ready
in
to smash
fact.
something.
Is that an environment suit? Maybe something that can't handle our atmosphere?
Those emissions could be toxic. I advise caution.
So, Andromedons, chat. Wasn't expecting to run into them this early, but, it is, in fact, a thing. So we can do a couple of different things here. We can have our mech troopers post up on the roof and wait for him to come to us, because he's probably part of a larger pod and we just can't see the rest of the enemies up here. The other option is we just go in hard. Now, the thing is, again, we got 9 turns, but the timer's not going to start until we break concealment. And Triffid resubscribing for a 6th month with some emotes in chat. Good to see you, Triffid. Thanks for joining us on a Saturday, and hopefully the weekend is treating you well. Combat protocol. I mean, let's see. What do we got? What do we got? We got aid protocol. We got overdrive. We got overdrive. We got rockets. So, I mean, we could start at real fucking early. The only problem is I don't know what we're going to be dealing with in terms of resistance. We haven't gotten the shadow chamber up yet, so we don't actually get intel about what types of enemies are in a given mission.
You lead.
So, also with our mech troopers, we can't really take cover. So we're kind of just sitting here
Hold this position.
with our ass hanging in the wind, because there's not really anything else we can do.
Holding position!
Alright, let's see. If we were gonna bring Erst down, where would I put him? Honestly, I want to keep Erst on the high ground.
On my way.
I'm gonna put him right here, because I don't know if that Andromedon's alone, and I don't want to take the risk. So let's overwatch from the roof, so we got a little bit of elevation in the event that things kick off. Alright. Yeah, no, I know that the mech is cover. The only problem is the mechs can't take cover. And again, you can see, he's got a much larger health pool than you guys do. He's also got the same number of armor. Also, when we kill him the first time, we then have to kill him again. So, there's that. Chad, do we just start the party? Because basically what I can do is I can pull EW like right up here, do what you guys were saying, launch a rocket, blow out the floor from underneath him, and then, I mean, depending on how big the explosion is, he might actually fall 2 stories and hit the ground. I want to keep Erst up top though, so that he's still got that elevation. And then we'll keep Ro in reserve so that he can potentially move and flank. Although the problem is with an Andromedon, Ro isn't going to be super useful.
Copy.
Because the Andromedon's going to be immune to fire. But it's time to make it hot, chat. And look, we are going to take out the floor. So, not only do we strip some armor, but this is going to bring him down to the ground floor. Here we go, chat.
3, 2, 1.
Wait, what? Why did he not fall? And also, apparently there was a mech just standing right here that we didn't see. Because fucking reasons? I don't really know why. Alright. So we got an Advent Mech Longbow. I'm gonna assume based on the name, he's either gonna be all about explosives or he's gonna be kind of their sniper. Again, sadly, Ro's not gonna have a whole lot of options about what he does. I don't want to put him too close to EW either, because then that's just gonna draw out a grenade. Is there anywhere that we can get full cover? It does not look like it. What is the range on the blast canister? Alright. So we could potentially get to here and then maybe hit this Andromedon with the blast canister, but that's a big maybe. Ro can run to the objective. Yeah, we could do that. The only problem with that is, now that we've broken concealment, if I start running Ro over here to hit the objective, I mean, he's got a long way to go, and I guarantee you there's more pods over here. So if we start triggering a bunch of pods before we've even taken out what we got in front of us, we're gonna get overwhelmed really quick. So that's the thing, is once you've broken concealment, you don't really have the option of triggering every pod on the map. Yeah, look, he's literally standing on air. He has nothing underneath him. It's actually kind of bullshit. Let's play it safe for now. Let's play it safe for now. I'm gonna see, can we... Alright, so I can't quite hit him with that. I can't get him with the grenade either. We got some noodle arms going on. Is this... Okay, this does count as full cover. I'm very reluctant to move over here, though. Because I am deathly afraid we're gonna trigger another pod. Will he fall when he goes to move? I hope so, but... The fact that he didn't move makes me think that he's bugged. I think the game realizes that he's, like, floating in the air and that there's no valid place that he can get to. So instead of having him move, it's just gonna have him stand there. And basically lethargic roll into the chat saying hi. Well, hello, basically lethargic. Good to see you. Glad to have you on a Saturday. Hopefully the weekend is treating you well. And thanks for coming out to join us for some XCOM 2. Nah, I'm just gonna keep Ro where he is. I mean, he's in full cover right now. That's the best that I can hope for at the moment. Now the next question is... Ernst, if we jump you down to here, you can in fact see the Andromedon.
Move it!
So let's do that, and then we'll take the shot. 95% chance to hit. Sadly, you're not doing any shred damage with this, I don't think, but that's okay. You winning? Maybe. I mean, we're not losing. This is only the first mission of the day, so... Remains to be seen. Alright, not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, that's kind of exactly what I was afraid was gonna fucking happen. And sadly, I don't think there's anything that I can do to stop this acid burn. This is why I wanted to take out the Andromedon before he had a chance to attack. Unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to go... We're gonna have to go full bore on this one. Because we might still lose somebody anyway. But we have got to kill this fucking Andromedon.
Now what the hell is it doing?
Alright, now thankfully you get a free reload, which we will use, and then I will immediately fire again. Okay, there we go. Andromedon dead. And you can see where the loot landed, so yeah, but the game knows damn well he was not... Like, he should have fallen down. But the game just didn't have him fall down for some stupid reason. Now, unfortunately, EW is now at 4 health. So we might as well just go ahead and use overdrive now, because if not, he may not survive long enough to use it next turn.
Okay.
Let's get you out of the acid. And then we'll take 2 shots at the Advent mech.
Got him.
Yeah, you are definitely in danger. Sadly, you did not get the kill. Which means we're gonna have to hope that Ro can do it with the blast canister.
Not a problem.
So let's hit him with the blast canister. That will do him
This might
in.
burn a little.
And that takes care of that. Now, the only problem is, I don't know how long it's... Yeah, that's the real problem, is, we might still lose them to the acid burn, and there's no way that I can heal Ro. I can potentially use Ro to heal EW, but I can't heal Ro. Son of a bitch. I'm just trying to think of whatever options that we have. We don't really have any options. How much longer does the acid last? One more turn, so yeah. I could potentially heal EW and maybe he survives. Ro is not going to. The question is going to be whether or not you end up in a bleed out state or whether you just die outright. That's the only question here. Yeah, it's not Ro's fault. I mean, like I said, that's why I wanted to get rid of the Andromedon from the very beginning. Because I was afraid that was going to happen. Alright, so here's what we'll do. I'm going to move Ro back here. I'm going to hope that he survives his encounter with fucking acid, and let's do what we can to get EW back on his feet. So Ro, if you don't survive, I apologize in advance.
Move it out.
But that's the price you pay for going into combat with memes instead of tactics. All right, let's move it up. Let's move it up. See what we can get here. Still not running into any pods, so I'm gonna go ahead and reload this turn so that we'll be ready next turn. And Erst, since you are in the best shape, I'm gonna send you forward.
You got it. There's an advent captain nearby.
Oh,
We should attempt to disable
lovely.
it with the skulljack.
So pretty much worst case scenario.
Kill me first.
Shit. And so for those of you that were curious, that's exactly why I didn't run Ro up to go after the objective, because he would have run directly into that pod. Unfortunately, I don't know that there's a whole lot that can be done here because we just don't have the ability to output the firepower that we're going to need in order to kill these guys. And unfortunately, with both of our mech troopers having really low armor, thanks to not having the upgrade. Yeah, Ro's no longer acid burning, but if we don't finish this mission in 3 turns or less, he's still gonna die. And I don't think we're gonna finish this in 3 turns or less. Now, why are you exclamation at me? Oh, because you're marked. Got it. Alright. Gotta think about our options here. What can we do? Because we still got lots of explosives. That can help us. But unfortunately, I just used both of our overdrives, and there's another Andromedon on the field. So I'm gonna have to keep our people spread out as well, or we're gonna get hit by acid again. And basically be in the same boat we were just in. So, let's see. It's time to consider an evac. Yeah, that's the thing, is if we evac, Ro is definitely dead. Or maybe it'll only count him as MIA if we leave while he's still alive? But I don't think that the mech troopers can actually carry anybody, is the problem. Let's see. So that's where the body is, according to the game. Alright, so here's what I'll do, chat. Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna save, because I've never been in this situation before, so I don't know if mech troopers can actually pick up and carry other soldiers. I'm gonna attempt to pick him up.
On the move.
If not, we reload. Oh, another pod. Lovely. So that's 2 pods for a grand total of, let's see, there were 4 in the first pod and 3 in this pod, so that's 7 enemies in total. Let me see. I can stabilize, though. Okay. Chat, a plan is forming in my mind. A plan is forming in my mind. I'm gonna reload anyway, but before I do, I want to see, is this just because it's Erst, or is it a universal thing? Let me see. Okay, so EW and Erst can both stabilize Roe, which means we can keep him from bleeding out. But that's still a lot of enemies, is the problem. Okay. First we reload. That's the first thing. I did my test move to figure it out. Now I know the answer. So I think what we do is we peel back. Again, we can't take cover. Mechs can't take cover. So I think we peel back. Try to get some distance. Use the explosives to our advantage. Do as much damage as we possibly can. Stabilize Roe right before he bleeds out. And then we try to finish them off. So thankfully Erst has run and gun. So I think we definitely leverage that to our advantage. Let's, again, get back pretty much as far as we can. Actually, hold on, let's see. Whoops. EW, how far back can you go? You can get back about this far, alright. So we'll do this. Oh, and don't forget, we're about to get reinforcements. So that 6 is about to go up even higher. We could potentially do this, hit this commando. Hit this commando, get rid of his cover.
Grenade out.
I don't know why that suddenly revealed that pod. I was hoping we could avoid revealing that pod. Okay, so the question is, if we stabilize, to stabilize in the turn, that's the fucking question. What it do? Thanks for the gifted sub. Well, good to see you, Bob McBobberstein, once again. Welcome to a Stand Day stream. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully the weekend is treating you well so far. This mission is not treating us very well at the moment, but we're hoping to pull it back. Alright, I already used the run and gun. So I don't know that I'm gonna get a chance to stabilize Ro at any other point, so I think we take the risk. Stabilize him now. Does it in turn. One action.
Get healed.
Okay, that stabilizes him. And then I think we continue to fall back.
Route.
Alright, let's see what these reinforcements are gonna end up being. Just some fairly standard Advent troopers. I mean, in numbers, they're still dangerous.
We've got Advent here.
Well, there's Ro complaining about the Advent reinforcements when he's currently unconscious. Oh, you fucking dick.
Merde.
I mean, I think at this point we kind of just have to accept the fact that we're not gonna beat this. Like, we're not going to win. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't think there's a win condition here, Chad. Like, I don't think there is a situation in which we beat this mission. So we either extract and get out with what we can, assuming anybody survives this turn, or we lose everybody. But there is no fucking win condition here. Alright, EW. Trying to figure out where both of these guys can get to. We're calling a Sky Ranger. I hate to do it, Ro. I apologize. I absolutely apologize, but you will survive. And I swear to God, we are going to try to get you back, my friend. But in order to avoid this being a complete fucking loss, we have got to cut our losses and go.
Group up with me.
I mean, I would absolutely pick up Ro and carry him out if it would let me. But that's the disadvantage of... No, you don't understand, EW. Like, you are down to 1 health. Erst is down to 4 health and only 2 armor. There are currently 9 enemies on the field. You are dead on sheer attrition. The only way that you could possibly have a chance of surviving is if they somehow all made the same dumb decision to run out in front of you while also not shooting you and then stand there and wait to die. But then all of them would have to do that one at a time without ganging up on you. Like, there is no win condition for this mission. We either cut our losses or it's an entire 100% loss. And I would rather Ro get captured than Ro, Erst, and you all die. And Merpalance coming in with 100 Bezos, Bucks, and those Costco guys are not very skibbity. This is true. This is true. I don't even know what that means, but I just like the way you say that. It makes me feel like it's coming from a place of experience. So I'm just going to agree with you and say, yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, and I mean, this all comes down to the game basically, call it cheating, call it bugging out, whatever you want to call it. But we blew up the floor under the Andromedon. The Andromedon was literally floating in midair. Like, the entire plan hinged on us knocking him down, and that didn't happen.
All surviving XCOM operatives are secure.
So, like, the game kind of cheesed us on this one, but this was going to be a hard mission regardless.
We'll need to review our tactics and improve going forward.
Thanks, Central. You're definitely helping on that. Again, no one killed. No one killed, thankfully. Wait, is it giving us credit for getting Roe out? I mean, Urs got the MVP. He's definitely too old for this shit. Yeah, no, the whole mission went pear-shaped at that point. Like, that's one of those things where it's like, if you're in a situation like that where you only have 3 people, and you have a mission that dangerous, like with an Andromedon, it's one of those things where, like, again, it's action economy. If you have one thing go wrong, and that, like, you have to... It's not always something you have control over, and that's one of the frustrating things about XCOM 2. But, like, it's one of those things where you can go back. Well, Urs, like I said, it's one of those things where, like, if you go back and I could say, yeah, if I had used overdrive from turn 1, maybe things would have worked out a little better. But at the same time, I don't want to use overdrive turn 1 if I don't have to, especially when we're still in concealment, because, like, I want to make sure that we have it in reserve if we need it, right? Because overdrive has a 4-turn cooldown, so it's one of those things, like, we didn't know the Andromedon was there very first turn, otherwise I would have gone for it. And so it's one of those things, just like, if I had known exactly what it was from the very beginning, if I had all of the knowledge up front, sure, we probably could have won, but, you know, it happens. Some missions, you know, win. And Omega 4's rolled into the chat. Good to see you, Omega. Thanks for joining us on a Saturday. Hopefully you've been enjoying some clans. I know you guys were getting all warmed up for clans the other day, but hopefully you've been enjoying clans. But thanks for joining us on a Saturday for some XCOM 2. And yes, I did chat. So... It's funny you should mention that, EW. It's funny you should mention... So I went and I renamed all of the characters that didn't... Like, if you didn't specify that you wanted a specific name, I went in and renamed everybody, because the issue I was running into was... Yeah, unfortunately, Roe got captured. But, I was having an issue where, with the default names, I didn't know who was who. Because the game uses the given names and not the nicknames when it refers to characters. And so it's like, oh, this guy's name is T-Bone McJenkins. And I'm like, I don't know who the fuck T-Bone McJenkins is. Oh, that's Vio player. Okay, got it. So, like, I went in, and everybody that didn't specify a name, I gave them a different name so that I would actually know who they are. Yeah, so unfortunately this was not our best showing. Yeah, they took Roe as a peace offering. The other shitty thing about that is all of his equipment stays there with him, which means that advanced flamethrower, we ain't getting that back. The Predator armor, we ain't getting that back. The Skulljack, we ain't getting that back. And here, all of a sudden, EW, fear of sectoids. There were no sectoids on that mission, but now he's afraid of them for some reason. Oh, that was terrible. That was absolutely dog shit. We need to go to the infirmary. We need to... Oh, that's right. We can't remove negative traits from mech troopers. I don't think. Anyway. Well, that was not great. That was not a great start. Hopefully the next one will go a little better.